We're learning about a troubling investigation in Amherst. Two female students were taken to the hospital after police say they attended a UMass Amherst off-campus fraternity party.
What investigators found at the house led them to order everyone off the property. Western Mass News reporter Briseida Verde joins us live in studio after speaking with police and an eyewitness. Briseida?
Yeah, well, Chris and Jordan, we spoke to a student who lives one door down from the fraternity house, and he tells us he was concerned for the safety of the two female students and seriously frightened this could happen so close to where he lives. Scary moments during the early morning hours last Friday for students from the University of Massachusetts Amherst who live off campus on Allen Street.
I woke up my whole house and we were all just kind of observing from afar.
Amherst police say just after 1 a.m. on Friday, police responded to the satellite Alpha Epsilon Pi fraternity house on Allen Street for reports of an unresponsive female. Charlie Rothenberger, a junior at the university who lives in the neighborhood, tells Western Mass News he was alarmed by the events just a few doors down from him.
Like a regular patrolling squad car will come around, but it's rare to see that much. And like to see someone get pulled away in an ambulance, that's really pretty uncommon for here.
While searching for the female, police say they saw what appeared to be an underage drinking party taking place at the house. Authorities say fire and police officials were denied entry into the frat house by multiple uncooperative college-aged males.
I've always heard not great things come from people who have been inside there.
Officers say they located the female at a nearby residence where she had allegedly been taken by the party host. She was later taken to the hospital. Amherst police officials say a second female who also attended the party was assisted by campus police and taken to the hospital.
It's concerning. You know, like knowing that that type of thing is happening just even like 2 houses over is a little concerning. But, you know, I just hope that they get to the bottom of this.
Following these overnight events, Amherst police obtained a search warrant for the Allen Street property. Inside, officers found multiple health and safety violations. The building was later deemed uninhabitable, and the residents were ordered to leave.
I mean, there was several squad cars outside the house for majority of the day.
We reached out to the Amherst Police Department to see if charges will be filed. At this time, they tell us the investigation remains ongoing and criminal charges could be forthcoming. In addition, we learned the house is still vacant and will remain so until the property is brought up to code. As for the two females, they were treated and later released from the hospital.
Knowing that initiatives are being taken to help move on is definitely a little, putting the mind at ease a little bit.
Now, we did reach out to David Sullivan, the Northwestern District Attorney who is working with the Amherst Police Department on this investigation. He tells us, in part quote, "It is completely unacceptable for any person to interfere with the work of emergency responders who are trained to save lives and act quickly under difficult circumstances. In emergency situations like this one, any second wasted could lead to a fatality, which is why it is essential that first responders have unimpeded access to the scene of any emergency." Meantime, we also reached out to UMass officials for comment. A spokesperson tells us the university has placed the fraternity on interim suspension effective immediately. They tell Western Mass News in part quote, "The fraternity was immediately ordered to cease and desist all chapter-related functions, including chapter meetings, recruitment events, and social functions until further notice." The fraternity's national organization also initiated a cease and desist order for the chapter. Now, the university spokesperson also tells us the Allen Street property is not a sanctioned fraternity house. The university will conduct a full review of the incident, and if the fraternity or an individual student is found to be in violation of the UMass Code of Student Conduct, they may face sanctions that range up to suspension or expulsion from the university. Of course, we will continue to follow this story and keep you updated both on air and online. For now, reporting in studio, Briseida Verde for Western Mass News.